Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar. My name is Frank, the manager consulting from CTC. So today's session we will share about the stock transfers in iVend with some business scenarios with the iVend Unplugged and iVend integrate with the SAP B1. So even if you are not the SAP B1 partner, you still try to understand the business process. And even if you develop the integration with the third party, another ERP, so you can have an idea how it should be integrated with the business process. In the webinar, if you have any question, you can raise in the chat box. So I try to answer you if any problem. I will get back to you by email, or we can have a communication on the forum. So today we go through the business process in the retail business, how we transfer the stock from store to store or from the warehouse to the store. The store, that means the iVend, and the warehouse, I mean in SAP B1. And we go with the scenarios that how the user they can cancel the request, how they cancel the shipment, how they transfer back, or we have a scenarios that is under receive or over receive. So generally for the retail business, the stock transfer, we follow the process that if the store they want some stock from another store, so they can raise the transfer request. So the transfer request can be done from the iVend in the store side or can be done from the ERP, from the SAP B1. Okay, and the destination store will receive the transfer request and they can have a look which stock, how many they request from the store. Okay, with the iVend Unplugged, you have an option to recheck or you to approve the transfer request. Okay, but with SAP B1 integrated, you don't have an option to approve or reject the transfer request. Okay, and then if you go to the transfer shipment, the destination store, they will do the shipment. That means they transfer out stock to the source store, to the request store. Okay, and then the second step in the requested store, they will do the receive after the from store they already shipment, they already transfer out, and then this is to receive into the store. Okay, so this is general process in the transfer process. Actually, the step of the transfer request is just optional because you may don't need to raise the request. You directly you transfer shipment and transfer receipt. So the request is just optional in the system. Okay. And then the key two steps in the process is we have a transfer shipment and transfer receipt. When the user they do the transfer shipment, that means the stock will be decreased in the source warehouse or the store. That means the current store or warehouse they are working on, and the stock will go to the intrinsic warehouse. Okay. When you define the warehouse, you must assign the intrinsic warehouse into the warehouse. Okay. But when you do the transfer shipment, the iVend will pick up the intrinsic warehouse off the destination warehouse. That means the from warehouse. Okay, and then the second step, they do the transfer receipt. When they do the transfer receipt, is will getting product from the intrinsic warehouse into the current store. Okay, so there are two main steps in the process. Okay. Okay, it's not much in the business process. Then we go to the scenarios. We have a scenario number one that with the SAP B1. So the transfer request will be raised from the store, from the iVend side. And from warehouse is the general warehouse we see using SAP B1. Okay. And then from the SAP B1, the warehouse, they will do the transfer shipment, and then from the iVend store, they will do the transfer receipt. So let's go to the system to try one process from here. Okay. So I have here is the iVend management console with the ERP type is SAP 1 integrated. So I go to operation, I go to business transaction here, and we have a stock transfer request. Here, let's create a new transfer request, and our request is request number SR003. I click add product to choose the product you want to add into the request. But we have a button how to add products. Let's try to click this button, and you see that one product is coming here with the quantity. Okay, the system to recommend you that you should raise the request for this product because we have a minimum level, maximum level, and you have a viable quantity will be calculated for the request quantity. Okay, so the product 100, 200 here, let's open the products and check this product 100, 200, search, and you can click view. You can click view inventory. We are in the warehouse 04, and in this warehouse you see that in we check the minimum level and maximum level. Okay, minimum level we have 250 and maximum stock we have a 300. So if you want to request so maximum, you can request it 100 more, because currently you have on hand already 200, and you may get one more 100 to fill for the maximum level. Okay, so based on the maximum level, minimum level, and the stock on hand, the system will automatically generate the product and the quantity here. Okay, so this is the meaning of the button. You can import from the test file, and the template can be get from the iVend management console folder, and the template. So you can get the template from here. Program file, CTS, management demo stack, management console, and we have import template. So on the templates you can get from here. So stock transfer request dot test file. So this template to import the request. Okay, and then let's go back. So you can delete the product from here. Let me add another product. I search product 100, 102. So I pick up this product, I click OK. So I want to request for 10. I add another product, 100, 103. And this I also request 10. Then I click OK to, you need to select the from warehouse. So in this case, we will select the general warehouse from the SAP. This warehouse 01. Then click OK, save it. Okay, we have done first step, the raise the transfer request, and let's go back to the process. So after you've done the transfer request, you're not able to update the request. You want to modify the quantity, or you want to cancel this. You are not able to do it from the iVend. But from the SAP-one, when we receive the request, we can close a row or one line, and that means we can delete one product from the SAP-one. Okay, or we can close the whole document. That means we can cancel the transfer request, but we are not able to modify the request like the change one day. Okay, so let's go to SAP and to check the transfer request. So it will under inventory transaction, and it's a transfer request. And this will be the last one. We raised the two products with quantity 10. Okay, let's try to close one row, right click and close. Yes. Oh, I don't need to close the whole document. Okay, so let's check again the transfer request. You need to wait for the integration. It will sync back to the iVend. We will check if the integration monitor. You see the stock transfer request is showing here. Okay, refresh. Yeah, you will receive the notification when the request is updated. Okay, so refresh. Okay, so the transfer request is already updated from the SCB to iVend, and then we go back to stock transfer request search. We search for this one, it's already disappear in the open status. If we choose close, it will appear here, the transfer request number 3, already closed. You can see the status already closed. So it's closed from warehouse, the destination warehouse. Let's try to create another one. General warehouse, add product 100. Let's add 2 product in the same time. Select ship and select 2. Click OK. I request 10. Let's change another one to 20. Then click OK to save request. Okay, I create another request, and if you want to check in the SCB, have a look in the integration monitor. It's posted to the SCB. So go to the last document. So the request number 15. So let me try to click right click and close row. So we will close only one row. It's become gray out. Click update. Okay. And the same, we will check in the integration monitor, the request is updated, and then we go back to the transfer request. We can search for the open transfer request. This is number 4. We click view. Then you can see that the second row is already closed by the SCBV one. Okay, the first one is still open. Okay. So this is what can be done from transfer request receive. You can close row, you can close the document, but you cannot update the document. So if you change the quantity is to, for example, 10, it will show you the error message that this document cannot be updated from the SCPV one. Okay, so refresh this one. And then the next step, what you can do is you copy to inventory transfer. Okay, from the iVend 6.5, we will use the inventory transfer standard screen to do the inventory transfer. In the older version, we have a customized screen to do the inventory transfer. Okay, so let's try to transfer 10 parcel transfer. Then click add, and you see that is from warehouse is 01 is general warehouse, and to warehouse is not 04, is automatic convert to 05, which is the intrinsic warehouse. Okay, so the iVend add-on will automatically convert to warehouse into 05. Okay, and in the header is still in 04, which is the store. Okay, then I click add. Yes. Okay, so this is the transfer shipment. We transfer out from the general warehouse to go to transit warehouse. Okay, so that is the third step, transfer shipment here. So we do the partial transfer shipment. So in this case, now if user want to cancel the shipment, so the user can cancel from here, not from the iVend side. Okay, so we have a button to cancel the shipment. So you see on the inventory transfer screen, you cancel stock transfer. So when the add-on is run, this button is visible. Okay, then you can click cancel stock transfer. It will ask you to yes or no. Automatic, the status will change to the cancellation request. Okay, it's not immediately go to the status cancel, because due to some reason the integration service maybe is not running. Okay, and then in the iVend in the store side, they already do the transfer receipt. They already receive into the store side. So if you cancel the shipment from the SAB, that means it will conflict with the in the store. In the store, I already receive into the store, but in the SAB, you want to cancel the shipment, it will be conflict. So to avoid this conflict, we have a two-step. Is will cancellation request. So it's waiting for the status will be updated successfully into the store. So in case of in the store, user doesn't do the receipt, then the cancellation request will be approved. Otherwise, it will fail, and the transfer shipment will be go back to the status is open. Okay. because in the warehouse, in the store side, they already do the receipt. So if you refresh this one, the status change to the cancel, because in the store, Riley didn't do the receipt yet. Okay. And in the SAP, you see that if after you cancel, you have another document for inventory transfer with the quantity in -10, and the previous is 10. So it's you offset to the cancel action. Okay, let's do another transfer request from here. Transfer request, click new, I add another product. I add the product. I change the quantity to 5, click OK, just only one product. Close. And then we have a look in the integration monitor. It's still pending. Yeah. After it's clear the integration monitor, we can check it in the SAP V1. Okay. Okay, and then we do again the transfer shipment, and then the last step we do in the iVend is transfer receipt. So in transfer shipment and transfer receipt, we can do partial transfer. That means we can transfer the first time is a 10, the second time is 20. Also the same when you receive the first time is also 5, the second time is 10. Refresh, okay, it's gone. Then we go to the transfer request. So this is the latest document from the iVend. Then we can copy to the inventory transfer. Then we click add. We have done the transfer shipment from the SAP B1. And then go to the iVend, have a look in the integration monitor. It will update. You see the stock, the inventory also update to the iVend. Then another document, stock transfer request also updated. Okay, and then in the iVend, we will do the transfer receipt. So we click new to do the transfer receipt. We will choose from the shipment. Okay, the transfer receipt must be based on the transfer shipment. So let's go to SAP. You check which shipment number you have is 25. This is the transfer shipment number. So you can see that the same shipment number will be replicated into the iVend. You can choose it. Good. Okay. Yep. So in here you can enter the receive quantity. Okay. So you have a button add product. You can manually add another product into the document. You can clear receivable. It reset the quantity into column to 0, and you can check stock transfer button here is will show you the stock transfer shipment document, the base document. So this is the transfer shipment. Okay. Then you click OK to do the transfer receipt. Okay. But here we have an option that you can receive less than the receivable quantity, or you can receive more than that. So we have an option to enable the receive under receiving or over receiving. Okay, if you receive, for example, I receive 4, okay, and one quantity is we never receive because it's damaged, or with some of the reason we never receive is lost. Okay, so it will be final receive. So we check on the finalize. That means the transfer shipment will be closed. Okay, and one quantity already lost. And in the system, we automatically generate the good issue document to issue out of one stock out of the intrinsic warehouse. Because right now, intrinsic warehouse, we have 5, okay? But we receive 4 and we finalize this, and one more is we never receive it, okay? Then we click OK to receive this with 4 and finalize it. Okay, done. And then we have a look in the integration monitor. Yeah, you see that the good issue, good receive stock transfer is generated. Okay. If you check in the iVend, the document is integrated back to the iVend for the transfer receipt with the quantity 4. So one left in the intrinsic warehouse will be issued out of the intrinsic warehouse. So you see that the quantity 1 is is posting into the good issue. So you can check the warehouse column here. So it's 05, the intrinsic warehouse. Okay. So the similar thing, if you receive 6 over receiving, so the good receipt will automatically generate for the difference quantity. Okay. So in the iVend, we have an option in the enterprise setting. We have an option to allow over receiving in the stock transfer. The same in the SCB B1, we also have an option retail setting. In here, we have an option automatic receive the stock transfer. That means if the stock transfer shipment will be done in the iVend side and in the SCB side, you don't want to do the last step to do the receipt, so you and this option automatic receive the stock transfer. Okay. So we have to go through the scenario one, that the transfer request will be raised from the iVend and shipment will be done from the SCBB1. So let's go to the second scenario. If you have any question, just raise in the chat box, so I will have a look. Or the end of the session, we can discuss. The scenario 2, that the transfer request will be done from the SCBB1. Okay. So in the SCBB1, you can use standard of the inventory transfer request in the SCB to raise the transfer request to the retail warehouse. So in here, you will choose the warehouse 04. Okay, and you can add the product. But in my version is demo stack 6.5.3, so I'm not able to do that. It's available from 6.5.5. You will have an option for store. If you enable this option, the document will be integrated back to the iVend. Okay, so in this webinar, I will skip this step, transfer request and transfer request receive. I will directly from the iVend, I will do the transfer shipment. And in the SCB, I will do the transfer receipt. Okay, so I go to the iVend. I go to business transaction. I go to transfer shipment. I click new. Okay, so to warehouse is I choose the general warehouse which is in the SCPB one. Okay, I click add product. I add 100, 102. Okay, I request maybe 10. I click okay to save it. So the transfer shipment is done from the iVend from the store. So let's have a look into the integration monitor. So it's still pending here. Okay. Once it's done here, then we go to the SAB. We can do the transfer receipt. Okay. Then we open the SAB. Let me can close on screen. So to do the transfer receipt, we have a new menu in the SAB is store transfer, and we have a stock transfer receipt. You choose the status is open only, and you will see this document is from the iVend. So this is the receipt quantity. So you want to do the transfer receipt, you just enter the quantity to be received here, then you click post receipt. Okay, it's done. Okay, another scenario that I will do the transfer shipment from the iVend. I click the new one. I do another transfer shipment. I click add product again. And then that request of file. Okay. After you do the shipment, by somehow user want to cancel the shipment. So you can cancel from here. You open the shipment, you click view, and you see the cancel stock transfer here. Okay, so the transfer shipment can be canceled from the place where you raise the shipment. So if you raise the shipment from the iVend, you cancel from the iVend. If the shipment is raised from the SAP, you cancel from the SAP. Okay. So I will show you one example that we cancel from here, and in the same time we receive in the iVend, in the SAP. So it will be conflict. Okay. So to do that, we will stop the integration service. Yep. So assume that by somehow the integration service is not running, and the user in the event uh, they click the stock transfer, cancel the stock transfer, but at the same time in the SAP they do the receipt. So I go to stock transfer receipt, I open it. So I will post the receipt. Yes. So the receipt already posted. And then because the integration is already stopped, so status is not updated back to the event. So in the event, the user click cancel stock transfer. I click cancel. Yep. So if you check the status is in cancel, it's not there, but cancellation request, yes, it's there. So the current state of cancellation request, that means it's request to the SAP B1 that is able to cancel this shipment or not. Then we enable the integration service again. Okay, start it. We check the integration monitor. Okay, because in the SAP we already received, but in the event the user cancel the stock transfer shipment. So let's check the status here. Cancellation request is no more. Cancel is also not here. That means that the the request of the cancellation is failed to the SAP. So it will back to the status is closed. It's forced to close, not cancel, because in the SAP I already received. Okay. So that is the meaning of the middle step here, cancellation request, to make sure that the destination I didn't receive yet and there's no conflict. Okay, that is the second scenario, and we have the last one is scenario 3 for the event itself. So you can request and transfer between store to store, the event store to event store, not with the ERP. Okay, so the same process, the user will raise the transfer request from the event, and they will check the transfer request received from the event, and they do the transfer shipment, they do the transfer receipt from the event itself. Okay, but the only different thing is with the event unplug, we have an option to accept or reject the quantity. Okay, with the event plug integration with SAP B1, we don't have an option to accept or reject the quantity. Okay, okay, let's see how it works. This is my event. So this is my event integration plug. So let me close it and see. I have another event here which is unplugged. So this is iVend Unplugged, and I have another store server in my virtual machine, so I can show you the process. So from the store side, I will raise the transfer request. So I click stock transfer request in the store. I click new. I will choose the request from store. Requesting is currently my store is warehouse 07. So I request from the warehouse 04. Okay, request number TR02, for example. Okay, because I didn't set up the document series, so you manual key in the transfer request number. So I add the product 10102 and I request maybe 5. I click OK. Yep, to save the sub transfer request. and close it, and I will check the replication monitor to make sure that the data already replicate to the enterprise server. So you see this is still pending here. Okay, it's already come to the enterprise server. Okay, so from here I will check business transaction transfer request receive. Search. So I received the TR02 from the store. Okay, if right now I do the transfer shipment for this request, it will show me the error because I didn't approve it yet. So I will do the transfer shipment. Let's try to click new. So I choose the warehouse is 07. I click copy from request STR02. It shows the error message that pending or rejected request cannot be copied. This product need to be approved, need to be accepted. Okay. So I go to transfer request receive. I check it again. So here you have a button to click edit. So you can recheck on or you can approve on. If you approve, you just click OK to save it because it's saved quantity is fine. Click OK. Okay, you already accept the request quantity, and then you can do the transfer shipment now. So I click again copy from request. I select the request TR02. I click OK. And then right now you can do the transfer shipment. Click OK to save it. So this is the transfer shipment. So you can see that you have a button cancel the stock transfer here. So the shipment is raised from here, so you cancel, you're able to cancel from here. Okay. And then the last step is you check the replication monitor to make sure that it's come to the store. So it's pending for a while. We're waiting for the document is replicated to the store. Okay. And then after it's come to the store, you can do the transfer receipt from the store. So it's under operation, business transaction, the transfer receipt. You can do the receipt from here. But before I click new to do the receipt, I need to wait for this document. It takes maybe normally 3 minutes to clear on the replication. Yep. Okay, the similar that you can do under receiving and or over receiving when you do the receipt. Okay, but to delete or to cancel the transfer request, so you can do when you do the shipment. Okay, when you do the transfer shipment, you copy from request and you have a button to delete the request. Okay, so from here, let me do another transfer shipment. I click new. I select the store 07. I click copy request. So this is the list of the requests I have. So if I don't want to do the shipment for this request, I want to delete this request also, I can click delete the request from here, from this screen. This screen is why behind because some of the partners, they are not sure that how to delete the request because it's you cannot delete from here the transfer request search screen. But normally the delete button will be you can delete from here, but for the transfer request you must go to transfer shipment and open from the list of transfer requests and you can delete from here. Can delete, yep. So okay, let's go back and check the status. Or is adding more records. Also to make it faster, so I go to replication service, I stop and start it again. Replication service. Okay, unplug. I click update. I click start. Okay, it's running. And then I also go to the store side. I open the config service, replication service. I click stop, click update, I click start again. Yeah, to make sure that it's working. Yeah, it's moving faster. And then here you can do the transfer receive. The last step, I click new. I choose the shipment. And then you can the same that you can enter the quantity and you can click final. You don't want to receive it. Then click OK to save it. Okay. So this is the whole process. We go through the scenario number 3 that is in the iVend itself. So this is the whole message I want to share with you about the stock transfers scenarios in the iVend and with the SAP-BB1. So maybe the last option I can show you with the SAP-BB1 is the option that auto shipment. We have a retail setting. So let me enable the automatic receive stock transfer. So before to do that, I need to stop the integration service. I click stop and I enable automatic receive the stock transfer. Okay. So in SAP, you don't need to do the last step, the transfer receive. So whenever you do the transfer shipment in the iVend, is automatic receive in the SAP. So I need to run the iVend with the integration again. So I have a iVend demo stack. If you have any question, just raise the question in chat box. Okay, I go to operation. I do the business transaction, the stock transfer shipment. So if with the normal step, we do 2 steps, right? Let's go scenario number 1, number 2. So 2 steps you have is you do the transfer shipment from the iVend and you do the transfer receive in the SAP-BB1. But in SAP, we enable automatic transfer receive, so we don't need to do the last step. We just do transfer shipment. It's automatic receive in the SAP. So let's open the transfer shipment. Let me check the enterprise setting. We are in Unplugged. Click new transfer shipment. I transfer to channel 01, add product. Now I have 1.103 with the different product we did before. So we enter the quantity 7. I click OK. So we done the transfer shipment, and then let's enable the integration service. Click start again. So it's running. So go to integration monitor. We wait for the document is coming. Okay. So let's check in the SAP. We have inventory transfer. So you see that the last document is automatic receipt against the stock from the intrinsic warehouse in 201. So this step normally we do manually in the SAP-BB1. We click, we will go to the stock transfer receipt and we post the receipt if we generated this document. But because we enable the automatic receipt in the SAP, so it's automatic generate this document. Okay, so that is the meaning of that option. Okay, thank you for your time to attend the session today. We wait for a few minutes if you have any question to chat with me, or if you have any question later, you can contact me by email frank.to staytuned@ctc.com. This is my email address. We can go to the forum and post your question. I will follow up with forum in the forum. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the session and have a good day. Before I close the session, I will wait for a few minutes to make sure that you have the question for me. Okay, maybe not at the moment to have a question, so I will close the session today. Thank you, everyone. The session will be recorded and will upload into the CKP, and you can watch it later in our website. Okay, thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.